First is the Bhagavad Gita shlok, as usual, जो हम Bhagavad Gita shlok बताते हैं. So this Bhagavad Gita shlok is from chapter 6, verse number 12. And this chapter 6 mainly is about SOP of meditation. कई बच्चों को लगता है ना, parents बोलते concentrate करो, but we don't know how to concentrate. So this chapter talks about how we can concentrate, how we can meditate. And this is a beautiful, beautiful chapter. And out of that, we have picked up this 12th verse of the Bhagavad Gita, which goes like this. So you can learn this shloka. It's a very, very powerful shlok. Tatraikagram manah kritva yata chittendriya kriyaha upavishyasane yunjat yogamatma vishuddhaye. What that means? Tatra ekagram manah kritva. By completely, ekagra means one point. Completely take your mind to one point. That is, suppose you are studying, rather than thinking about class mein kya hua tha, what my mother is preparing, thinking anything of this sort. It's advised by Krishna, Lord Krishna, that focus on only one thing at a time. And mind has this power. Human mind has the power. When you command to the mind, that I will focus only on chemistry. Now 10th and 12th, they are going to give board exam, and 8th also. So now what you can do is, whenever any thought is entering your mind, you can say that right now, go away, sit in some different place, go to the park, and I will give you appointment later on. Now, my appointment is with chemistry or bio or history or anything. So at that point, only one thing at a time. If thoughts are disturbing you so much, a lot, take a piece of paper, write it down, and tell that thought that I will deal with you after 1 hour, not before that. So relax, I will take care of you, but not at this time, right? So this will be very, very useful for you. So like this, by concentrating your mind, putting your mind in one thing at a time. Yata chitte, chittaha, that is what it means, controlling. Chitta means mind, controlling the mind. Indriya means senses. Now see, a simple example of senses. Many a times we do like this, na? Right? So we are jumping from one thing to the other. So what we can do, we can put our mind at one place, right? So, and body also at one place. We can take our mind into control and also our body into control. How we can take our body into control? By practicing sthirata. What is this sthirata? By no motion. When I'm studying, I will sit straight. I will open my book and study, and you see the result of it. You just practice it for 1 week and then see the result of it. Then comes upavishya asane. Where upavishya means, upavishati in Sanskrit means sitting. Upavishya means by sitting. Where by sitting? Asane. Shayane, it is not saying shayane. So many of these students, what they do, they sleep and read. So it's saying asane. That means previously, during those days, asanas were like, they used to place grass, then on that soft cloth. Like that, they used to prepare asana and they used to sit straight. So now what can be our asana? Like our chair. And we can sit straight on the chair, not leaning back, not bending down. So we can sit straight on the chair. That is upavishya asane. What happens when that? The benefit will be that your spine will be straight. When your spine is straight, it helps in concentration. You can concentrate better if your spine is straight. Upavishya asane, yunjat yoga. Practice yoga. Practice yoga, that is concentration of your mind. Atma vishuddhaya. For what? For purification of your mind. So what will happen when you do this process. The SOP is written, and when you do this process, what will happen? You can focus very nicely and your concentration will be very, very strong. So now coming to this, one amazing fact that I'm going to share with you. Before that, one riddle. I think that most of you will be able to answer it. And the riddle is like, which building has more stories? Which building has more stories? You can write it in the chat box. Anyone, you can write it in the chat box that which building has most stories. Which building has more stories? Wow! Kshitij has written library. Tantra, yes, library. Rashmi has written library. So nice. So nice. Absolutely, you are right. It is library. So the answer is library has most stories. You will go into the library and you will find all the stories you wish to read over there, isn't it? So this is library. So you can understand that today's session is related to library. That means knowledge. And amazing fact, one of the amazing fact, let me share with you that there is something called human library. I don't know whether you have heard about it or not. There is something called human library. Now, human library is a concept that has come in 2000 from Denmark. Now, Denmark, there were 5 friends who found that there was a group of people who were violent towards another group, right? Yes, Krisha, you are also right. You are writing teacher. Now, there was a group of friends who found that that there was a certain group who was very violent towards other group. So then they felt that if we have human library, then people will understand about each other. For example, we cannot, it is said na, that we cannot read a book by its cover. What it means, if you see the cover of the book, you will not know that what is actually the book about. Similarly, if you see a person, you cannot know that what is there within the person, isn't it? So what this human library does, suppose that I am going to the human library, so there will be volunteers in the, like you have books, there will be volunteers, human books. So I can be human. So I will go and volunteer myself in human library. I will share my experience in the human library, and maybe by listening to my experience, many people who will be reading me, that means who will be listening to me, they will find motivation from my speech or from my experience, and then they can share their experience to me. That means they can talk to the human book. Right. So I can be the human book. So interesting. And somebody can come and share experience with the human book. It's so amazing, isn't it? So you can create human library amongst your friends where you can share your experience with your friends, and that will be so amazing, learning from each other, isn't it? So now coming to the story. So many a times we say that we are not able to concentrate, but concentrate is just like practice. Like you will see that a person who has great muscles goes to the gym and practices every day. An athlete has to run every day to win. Similarly, if you wish to win in the examination, we need to practice every day the power of concentration. Right. So what is this power of concentration? Let us know from Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda, he was called Narendra. When he was young, he was called Narendra. So once what happened, he used to go from one place to another. So he was traveling with his Guru Bhai. Guru Bhai is, you have a Guru. Under that Guru, you take Diksha. So 2 persons taking Diksha under one Guru are called Guru Bhai. So they used to travel. So at one place, there was like a library. So he asked his Guru Bhai that, can you go and borrow a book for me? So he brought a book in Sanskrit and English. So he read it and he returned. Next day, he said that, bring another book. He read, he returned. So likewise, every day he was reading one book and he was returning it. The librarian was very shocked that how it is possible that within a day such thick books a person is able to read. So he asked the Guru Bhai, for whom are you taking these books and you're wasting your time? Huh? So the Guru Bhai said that no, I'm not wasting time. The person for whom I'm taking the book, he reads each and every page of it, and he can answer any book you ask question from. He can answer that. So he said that she said, the librarian said, why don't you bring that person to me? So now this Guru Bhai went and told Vivekanand that the librarian wants to meet you. So Vivekanand went and asked that, yes, I heard that you want to meet me. Like, yes, I want to meet you because I've heard that you are reading all these books within one night. How is it possible? So I want to ask you some question. So when the person, librarian, asked the question, he was not only able to give the answer rightly, he was also able to say that this answer is from this page. The power, the advantage was that at that time there was no mobile, no TV, and Vivekanand was constantly studying with focus, whatever he was studying. Now, the same thing happens with you. When you are able to study with focus, what will happen? That you can also remember the page, the place where you have studied. Suppose that you are studying in your living room, you can easily visualize when you are there in the examination. You can visualize, I was there reading this chapter in the living room. So that is the beauty of the focus, and the words, the sentences will flow automatically, even though you will feel that you have forgotten everything. But if you do this every day, believe me, you will never forget, and you will remember everything. Even if you wish to forget, you cannot forget. Now, there was a German philosopher who had a guest, and Swami Vivekanand was traveling from America at that time, and the philosopher was bragging a lot, and Vivekanand said from the guest that, can you give this book? The guest was carrying a book. Vivekanand said that, can you give this book for an hour? And the book was written in German. And in German language also, when the person gave the book, and this philosopher was saying that you can read the book within an hour. How this is possible? Vivekanand read and also said, when the question was asked that what is this or what is there in page number 633, he was able to say entirely what was there on the page. So that is the power of focus that we all can develop, right? So, and it is said that 90% of our power of mind is wasted. We are using only 10% of our mind. So my urge to all the students who want to be successful is that if you want to be successful, you need to love the books. Once you love the books, and you, rather than saying, oh, padna hai abhi, you need to turn into, wow, padna hai abhi. So when you change your language, your mind also becomes friend of the books, and you can learn easily and faster. Now, there was an experiment that is called invisible gorilla experiment. In that experiment, what happened? That the experimenter showed video to the subjects, to few people. And in that video, what was there? There were three black shirt, three people who were wearing black shirt and three people who were wearing a white dress. And basketball was passed from one person to the other. And the subjects had to just observe how many times the ball passed the black dressed people. Now, during the experiment, what happened? The experimenter introduced a gorilla into it. So there was a person with gorilla dress. The gorilla came, and the gorilla stood there, scratching head, thumping his chest for 9 seconds. And after the experiment was over, the experimenter asked the subjects that, did you observe the gorilla? So 50% said that no, we were not able to see the gorilla. We only saw that the balls were passing from the black dressed. So they were only focused on the black dressed people. This is very good. They did not want to see anybody else, and they only focused on the black dress people, because the command was that, the instruction was that. So therefore, give yourself right instruction, that whenever you are opening the page and you are reading something, rather than only focusing on the question and the answer, see that whether side there is some do you know, which will take you only 1 minute to read. Just read it. Maybe during the examination, if that question comes, you will automatically able to answer that. So be vigilant and instruct your mind that I will observe holistically. So this is the session for today. And task is that while you are studying, see that, watch that how many times did you distract, did you get distracted, and write it in the your distraction in the white paper. Within 3 days, you will see that your thoughts will distract you lesser and lesser and lesser. You will be able to focus more within 3 days. Whatever is your problem, whatever are your challenges, you will find that with practice of 3 days, it will minimize a lot. So here, my power of 15 minutes ends, and you can share with me if you wish to share something till this meeting ends. So anybody who wants to share something? Zeel, you want to share? I have sent you unmute request, Zeel.
So I like the stories you tell me, and it's so helpful to be successful. And I am very lucky that I am the student of my class and a person of my own school. So thank you so
Very
much
nice.
for
Very
this
nice.
session.
And thank you so much for this sweet sharing. You are a sweet girl, very sweet girl. Thank you so much. Okay. Anybody else? I'll take one person more who wants to share something. Anybody who wants to share? You can raise your hand. Okay. So here we end our session, and we will again meet you next time. That is, okay. Sonali. Okay, Sonali wants to share. Yes, Sonali. I have sent you unmute request.
Ma'am, I like your assemblies you perform, and I like your stories and morals.
Thank you so much. And let me tell you that it is a very big team effort, that Manisha ma'am, Varsha ma'am, then Chandni ma'am, Vaishali ma'am, then Amisha ma'am. There are a lot of Devlina ma'am, Dhanushi ma'am. Many people are involved in this entire process. So tomorrow also, please do join. It's a parent session tomorrow, and Tuesday will be the parent session. So my request to all the students will be to compel your parents that निवेदिता मैम की क्लास तो बिल्कुल मिस नहीं करनी है, ठीक है? मम्मी पापा को बोलना है निवेदिता मैम की क्लास हर ट्यूसडे को जरूर जरूर अटेंड करना है, ओके? हाँ, ठीक है? Thank you so much, all of you. So here we are ending this session. Bye.